Yo, what is
Man,
up?
people in the chat's already getting wild saying, "What's the holdup, man?" The holdup is that me and this guy were catching up because we haven't done a stream together in a long ass
Hold on,
time. That's
I
the
gotta fix my
holdup.
mic. I know, man. It's been a while since we've done one-on-one.
It's
I
been.
mean, we've been in stream. We've crossed, paths
Yes.
several times, but
Yeah, we haven't had a
one-on-one's
lot of
been a
alone
while.
time, Ken, in a while.
One-on-one's been a while. To tell you the truth, Garrett, I feel like it might have been like my channel was the last time.
Probably a one-on-one. Yeah, probably. I think because like even when we were on my channel, I think Christian was with us, and you came on the Rat Pack channel and stuff like that. You came on some of my like super shows, but I think like
2021,
yeah,
3.5 years ago.
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
But,
it's crazy that a little fantasy film from 1984 could bring us together.
I was out far and wide and saying, okay, what other jabroni bought this? Let me find somebody that spent the money on this thing.
There's been a surprising amount that I've seen pop up.
I agree. There's people that I didn't think were going to get it. Like, it's so funny because Justin messaged me and he goes, "Oh, I got the set." I'm like, "You did?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Random?" I was like, "He should have came on with me," and he was like, "I already opened it." I'm like, "Damn, I had no idea that you were going to get that. I thought me and you were the only ones that were going to fork up the money to get it."
Yeah, I had to think about it. Like, I really had to think about it.
Well, I hate saying this, but I will say that I was thinking long and hard about it as well because, again, it's expensive. It was different but expensive, but I had somebody PayPal me half of what this thing cost and wrote under the PayPal, they said, "This money is for the Neverending Story box set. I want you to get it, and I want you to do a review on it." I'm not going to say the person's name. I don't know if they want themselves named, but it was insane. I was like, "What the heck?" It popped
At
up
that
in
point, you gotta
my
get
PayPal.
it.
So I had to get it. It was either I give him his money back or I just fork over the rest of it and get this thing. And that's kind of what happened. And I'm curious to see this because the box is big, dude.
Yeah, to be honest, like if I would have known that it was like this in some of the images I've seen, like I wouldn't have really had a lot of hesitation.
Look at that.
But but since I didn't know, I was like, is it going to be like, what size is it going to be like this? Is it just going to be the size of a regular Blu-ray case, an Arrow box set, just in the shape of the book? So I made myself kind of sick over it, to be honest, which is kind of ridiculous because I spend like hundreds of dollars on this crap every month.
Yeah.
But it was just something about spending $200 for one.
I agree.
Movie.
Part of me is almost like I would take all the shitty sequels to be in this package, and it would have made it a little bit less of a hit, I think.
Oh yeah, like to be honest, like my favorite one is the second one.
Growing up, that was my favorite because I was a big Jonathan Brandis fan. But now that I'm older,
I haven't went back and rewatched the second one in a while. Like I rewatched the first one probably like 4 years ago.
The second one to me,
so the second one probably doesn't age as well. But that was my favorite one to watch. So if they would have put that in here as well on 4K,
100%,
that would have been the perfect set.
I think
the third one out, but
yeah, that not adding the second one, I think was the biggest hit to this. I think that would have really clinched it for me. But the documentary in this is awesome. I don't know if you have it or seen it. It's really good. The one
I haven't seen it.
Downs did, so that's great. But before we dive into this, and we're going to open it together, and I've seen a picture, but I mean, I really have stayed away from all videos reviewing this or checking this out. So I don't really know what is in here besides just like the still images that we saw when we purchased it. So it is going to pretty much be a first look for me on this thing. But I will get to the chat really quick and say what's up to some people. There's a lot of people in here, guys, so I'm not going to be able to get to everybody. And feel free, Ken, if you want to pull anything up that you see, you can pull it up and onto the chat.
Oh, I can pull stuff up too.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know if I can.
Come on.
I don't think I can.
No?
It ain't doing it the same way.
Man. All right, let's see what we got. So Frank says it's a rad mid unboxing. You guys, storybook didn't come damaged. You got.
I did see where he put that in his stories.
No.
Yeah, and my wife told me that like she texted me and told me this came in today. And the box, it didn't come in this box. It came in because I got mine from Diabolic. I don't know where you got yours.
I got mine from Imprint, but mine came in an outer box as well. So
She said the outer box was beat the shit.
Mine is okay. So
this box is okay. Like I don't see any damage on this box, but the outer box she said was kind of beat up. I'm hoping.
I hope to. That would be a very embarrassing, stressful live.
I'm gonna have to turn it a certain way.
What up, Movie Hunter? How are you? Van Gool, what's going on? Let's see. Noise Loop in the house. What's up, A-Dub? Guys, there's gonna be too many people in here right now. I'm already saying. What's up, Ken? Alex, how are you? Jake, what's going on? It's gonna be the art cards, 100%. 100%.
And this is a cross stream. So if
correct.
You're coming from my channel, go subscribe to Born to Be Rad.
And if you're coming from my channel, you can go subscribe.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done one of these.
Yeah, so we're on a simulcast right now. So we got people from my side looking in and people from your side looking in, and make sure to go check out the other person's content as well. But guys, I will get to some people as we get through this thing. I don't want to be here all night, but there is a super chat in the house from my man Gus. USPS has my Vivision order, and it's sitting somewhere in California. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now is that when it comes to Umbrella Vivision, my shit sits in California forever, but then it just shows up. So it might be there on paper, but you might get it tomorrow morning. Like that's what's so weird about this stuff.
I'm still waiting on my Blair Witch set.
Are you serious? For real?
Yeah. Well, I emailed him and he's shipping me another one. So
wow.
And that shipped, so I'm waiting on the second shipment for it. And that had Late Night with the Devil too.
Jackson Jack asked, what do I think of the Superman show? I actually watched it yesterday. I will say, I am kind of a sucker for Superman movies. Like I didn't hate Man of Steel.
I actually love Man of Steel. That's probably my favorite Superman.
I think what really threw me off was the Batman vs Superman. I didn't really care for that one that much.
No,
where it was like, your mom's name is my mom, like that. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
The factual fight was good.
Yeah. Well, when they started doing that, and I was like, what?
Why did you say that name?
Martha.
No, I saw that in the theaters. I think my son to see that.
Yeah. I thought the new trailer looked good, actually. I don't know anything about the dog. Like, I'm not in with all that stuff, so that's new to me. But I mean, I do think that the guy actually has a pretty good look. At least when he was Clark Kent, he looked pretty damn cool. I don't know if he's jacked enough, but I mean, he looked
he kind of looked like a dumbed down Henry Cavill to me. Like I just think Henry Cavill just kind of embodies that.
Mm-hmm.
Just more classic Superman look. But he never really got his shot. Like he got Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, then it was just kind of done after that.
Mm-hmm.
Never got a Man of Steel 2.
I know it's kind of sad. It's like they kind of ran with the problem is they ran with the other one. What was it?
They rushed it too much. They went straight into Justice League.
Justice League, yeah.
They were trying to catch up to Marvel, and they just kind of stumbled over themselves.
I think that was their problem. They should have stayed the course. Instead, they were trying to compete with like Avengers, and they kind of things got a little wonky.
They didn't build it right.
Mm-mm. Joey D in the house too. My favorite YouTube. What's up, man? Appreciate that. For me to even be on any kind of level with Ken over here, it's
I stay mid, bud. Like
you just stay mid.
You could start low, end up high, but me, I'm always mid.
Well, it's good to see William Hung in here checking us out. Thank you, man. Good to see you in here. Sick. Look at Wet Movie 1 in the house. What's going on here?
Wet Movie.
Oh man. Movie Hunter said I had to pass. This is the price of like 5 steelbooks. I mean, yes, but that almost makes me even more crazy to think that this was the price of only 5 steelbooks.
These days,
me,
yeah.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it was kind of
like
the price of like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm like 5 steelbooks to cost as much. To me, that feels like I'll pass. But yeah, guys, Mama Blu-ray in the house. What's going on? Oh Lord, did you buy this, Ken?
I did. It's right here. Everybody knew I bought this. I said I bought this multiple times. You paid attention to the channel at all. I want
someone to pay for it. Oh my God. Oh, Mel's over here. What's up, kid?
I still got to buy Madam Web on 4K because Gus super chatted me like $30 like a year ago. And there's some things I just can't do.
Captain Horror, what's up, buddy? That is so funny. All right. I see people chatting in here. We love you all. Go subscribe to Mid-Level Media.
Yeah, got a great crew out there.
Oh my god! All right, Kenny, let's get to this thing. Let's open this thing up here. See people popping in.
It's just it's too much. The anticipation's too much.
All right, let's see. Let's see what we got inside this big Imprint box. I've never gotten anything from Imprint this big before, so this will be.
You know, like I don't get a lot of Imprint stuff.
I don't actually. Holy mackerel, dude!
Because it's always too expensive.
Wow.
I took mine out. I took mine out the right way.
Thing. And it almost looks like it's got a protector on it.
It does. Yeah, it's in a protector. Feels like it anyway.
Yeah. Look at this thing. What is even in here? That's wild. Let me just make sure. No dings, dents. I look pretty good on the front.
Yeah.
Pretty good on the side.
I'm skipping school tomorrow. I'm gonna go upstairs, read this thing all day. Let's get lost.
All right, Ken. But so now the next step is: do we take the shrink wrap off, or does it stay on and display it? Some people are gonna be mad in here.
You know that I don't open my movies too often. This is a
up.
special occasion, Garrett. Okay, I usually leave them in there. All right. Everybody knows that.
Oh my god. All right, let's see. Taking the shrink off. Oh, it's in a nice protector, man. What a good, nice touch this was. It actually,
you almost had to.
That I talked about.
I'm so scared I'm gonna drop this.
Let's get the little sheet on the back. We can talk about what's in here. And yeah, look at that. Looks beauty. It's a beauty. Now, my only issue is I'm looking at this like, where the hell am I going to store this thing? Where's this going, Ken? Top shelf?
It's got to go probably up there somewhere. I'm going to have to take some stuff down.
But this is
it's got to be visible. I'm thinking probably from the looks, I'm going to have to put it where my oscilloscopes are at. I think it'll be seen from there.
Getting the trade ski.
It's got to be seen.
Okay.
If I could just get it over my shoulder every video.
That's it.
That might be what I do. So definitely be the.
All right. I'm actually very impressed that it came in this plastic sleeve. That's pretty sick. That was a nice touch. Via Vision Imprint. All right. Now, what's wild is this is cool. This really is like legitimately like a metal piece right here of some kind.
Oh, I'm still getting mine out. There we go.
All right. It's like Braille. Oh, the boxes are numbered. Where are they numbered?
Is there a movie in here? Oh.
Look at that, dude. Look at this.
Oh, whoa, what's going on there?
That's premium. What are you just,
it's
just breaking apart over there?
I don't know. I think I just made it. Look at that. Nice, I don't know. This is nice.
It is nice.
You know, I mean, Garrett, you've been collecting for a long time, right?
Yeah.
How many pieces have you gotten like this that are this quality?
Not many, to be honest with you. Not to this extent. To be honest, I could rival this to be one of the nicest looking things I've ever purchased, to be honest with you. I mean, this is no joke. Like, this is literally like, it looks like a book, and this is, I don't know what is this, metal, or is this just like a really nice plastic? I mean, it's got the corner pieces. It's embossed here. Like
if you were just buying a prop book of this, like how much would, like, you buy props and things like that, how much would that cost?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm guessing, I don't know, Etsy's
be like
now,
80,
but I'm saying
70, 80 bucks or something.
I'm saying this would probably be 80 to 100 bucks. Sure.
And that's just the book. You're not even talking about the contents.
No.
So for me, it's like, do I need this? I mean, no, probably not. But like, I think the value's there. For sure.
For sure. I mean, they did put a lot of effort.
I don't think it's completely ridiculous that it was 200.
Ooh. It looks nice on the inside. This actually reminds me a lot of that. Speaking of Ken and some of his favorites, is back in the DVD days, that ET set that you get. I don't know if you ever got that fold out.
No, I do. I actually ended up with 2 of them.
great set. Like when I open this up, that's what it reminds me of. Like, dude, this is actually pretty impressive. Have you even opened the front yet?
No.
Just open it really quick and look in that first page.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty sick, huh?
It's the childlike Empress. I've never seen her before.
Bastard. But look at this. Look at that. That's a nice image too. Yeah, the camera doesn't even do it justice.
No. I'm afraid.
It just starts pouring.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid, all right?
No, I mean, this is pretty damn nice. I do wish they would have. I'm sure they will do a standard edition. It would have been nice to have that option.
I think there's one up right now on Diabolic.
Did they have one up?
I think so. This is crazy, though. It's just the. I mean, dude. I mean, I looked at kind of like what you were getting, but this looks like almost like a full one-sheet replica poster here. How big is this? It's that nice. Yeah, it's like a folder now. Check out in there. That poster. I mean, is this a legit like replica?
You tell me. You're the poster guy over there.
Man, I mean,
you can sniff out a real poster from a fake.
No, I mean it's a fake, but you're usually getting like 18 by 24s. This looks like it's at least 24 by 36, if not more. I mean, that's pretty sick.
Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a full-size poster. Does it say what size this is? Yeah. 27 by 40. This is a legit, like, pretty much like theatrical size, which is cool to see. I mean, you can tell it's a reprint, but I mean, I don't own an original, so I mean, this will definitely be something I could frame and add it to the rotation for sure. I mean, that's nice to see a full one sheet style poster in there, not like a small Screen Factory one or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
And then you've got these stills, which are big suckers. Oh no.
Oh, they had to, didn't
they? No. Artax! Shit.
For some reason that scene always like scared me. It didn't make me sad. It just freaked me out for some reason.
It was scary. I mean, I hate seeing that thing.
It's like, oh my god,
drowning like that. I mean, God, that I had as much trauma as I did when Norman was drowned in City
This
Slickers.
was always my favorite part of the movie. Going through the two statues with the eyes.
Did that used to get you upset too?
What?
When Norman was drowning in City Slickers?
No, I didn't care about that.
You didn't care about little Norman? Norman. I used to freak me out as a kid. I used to get sad. Oh, look at him, dude. Again, they didn't really skip out on like sizing of this stuff. Like they made
There's a lot of these damn cards too.
Yeah.
This is like a release for a giant.
100%.
Like
they and that's the thing people are saying too. It is kind of cool that I mean you compare this to the chainsaw set. I'm sure it's a whole nother level.
Which I did not get that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that was what, 300 for a plastic chainsaw in a cardboard box. Like, to me, I feel like people were lumping this in with that, and they're two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different things. But to be honest, I didn't really know the extent of this release at the time, so I was taking a gamble. But I think this gamble paid off.
And then you get this thing.
Oh my god, I haven't even got that far. Oh my goodness.
Look at this.
What is this?
Chock full of stuff. What is this? Anyways.
I will say maybe this is a part of the aesthetic, but my folder's a little creased and damaged over in the corner.
Where?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send it back. I'm gonna have to send it back.
Oh my god, you better tell him that Frank said
I don't care.
No, you're not going to put up with this shit anymore.
Frank had a big rip on the cover.
What?
I
Did he
think
really?
it was some kind of damage on the cover.
I didn't watch
it
it because I was staying
cover.
away from anything would come to this. Now, I mean,
You
I don't know
showed it in
what
his
these
story,
are.
I think.
More stills, I guess. More reprint stills, but I mean, there's a lot of shit in here. And somebody made a good point in the comments. They said, the big stills are something they would actually frame and hang.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got black and white stills in here. They're nice. Oh, this was the scariest part of the movie. The wolves.
Oh, I love that, dude. I love that.
Dude, those would freak me out.
Oh yeah. Especially when he sees it on the wall and he turns around, it's like really right there.
I mean, I was probably 5 or 6 when I first saw this.
Yeah, this is one of those movies of the 80s for kids that really did traumatize a lot of kids. Like, I mean, this is a pretty freaky movie to show.
Did you watch it around the time it came out?
Yes, but I also do think I don't know. Like I said, like
you would have been young,
I remember
too. When were you born?
Brandis.
82 or 83?
Yeah, 82.
82. So you'd only been 2.
But I think for some reason I remember the part 2.
I remember watching part 2 all the time. But I know I watched part 1 quite a few times, but part 2 I just watched a lot. And you want to know an interesting fact about this movie? We're talking about that. Air Force One, one of the greatest action films of the 90s. Here we go. Same director, Neverending Story.
Damn.
Wolfgang Peterson.
So you're saying I need to watch Air Force One again?
If you, to prove your Neverending Story fandom, you have to watch.
To be honest, I might have seen Air Force One once. Let me see if I even have it over here. I don't even know if I own it. I might.
I don't know. What are all these? These are biographies of the people.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like something you could have just printed yourself, but I mean, I guess it's pretty cool. Of different, the characters and the actresses and whatnot.
I mean, they didn't have to put all this stuff in there.
No.
People would have been happy paying the $200 just with the poster
and then at the end of the day, you get the little disc in the bottom. It fits right snug inside that piece. It looks awesome. It's like velvet in there.
Hold on.
And I see you guys in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging. What's going on, Kenny?
Like that.
Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Huh? That's the
right
I think
there.
that's the standard edition that you can get is just this. It's got the lenticular and all that stuff too, which is really cool.
Which in and of itself is a nice addition.
It really is, for real.
This would probably be worth $50 to $60 in and of itself.
Yep. And then it's like one of those things like, I'm more or less going to probably put this out by itself because I really don't know what I'm going to do with this whole set. It might have to go in my library on a bookshelf with real books.
Yeah, you can put the actual set on the shelf and then you can put the book up somewhere to showcase.
Actually, you know where I'm going to put it? I'm going to put, is it good at saying on the spine? Oh yeah. I'm going to put this up on my spinner. So that should work. Okay, I think. On the top. But that's even really cool. Like that velvet, it's got that insert that you can fit the thing right inside. That's really, really cool. Let me start putting some of this back in here. But guys, as far as the quality of this
you got the disc card.
Or the price, I mean, they do give you a lot of stuff, and the presentation is beautiful in here. Like for real.
Yep.
Now, I did hear that the color correction has changed. Now, I don't know the source of like.
I actually don't have the Blu-ray.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so
I got the part 2 Blu-ray, but I don't have because the last time I watched it was on streaming, and the last time I owned it was DVD.
So now is the color correction better? Like what I don't know is like what did they change it for the Blu-ray and they changed it back, or did they do it different this time? I don't know which one was the one that I grew up with.
From what I've seen, it's a lot less orange.
Yeah, I saw that too.
But that's the only thing I've seen so far. I try not to pay attention to too much of that kind of stuff if I know I'm going to review it myself.
Oh, Bill, this is a great comment. 499 super chat. He said the Indian in the cupboard would look amazing like the. Oh, I mean, 100% something like this. for Indian in the Cupboard. I think that's an underrated one, to be honest.
I haven't seen Indian in the Cupboard in a very long time.
It's a fun movie with a little bear.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a while.
Mel, you don't want to open this and dig through it to get to your movie? Is that what you're saying to me? So I should probably just separate them. Drive her nuts. Those little hands.
Did you look at the interior?
Oh, I haven't even opened it yet. No, let's look at it.
I mean, you can't see that unless you take this out because the inside's black. This is also spine number 365. So the amount of days in the year. I don't know if that's significant or not.
Oh yeah, mine says
people
that
like
too.
To know the spine. People like to know the spine numbers.
So we get the original U.S. theatrical cut, German extended cut. I don't even know if I've ever seen that cut. If it's not on the Blu-ray.
Nope.
So here's the Blu-ray here.
Because the original 4K came out in Germany. There was a German 4K that came out for Neverending Story, I think 3 years ago. I think Side Hustle is the first person I'd seen show that off. Side Hustle Cinema.
He was hustling, baby.
He had that thing a while
And then you get
ago.
the Life After documentary, which I interviewed Lisa Downs on this documentary on my channel when it first came out. And it's a real fun one too. And it's long. So it's like one of those documentaries that's really interesting that they threw in here. So congrats to her.
Doing the Goonies?
Yeah. So that's the one she's going to do, the Goonies. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Goonies. I'm excited to watch it.
100%.
I'm excited to watch it.
Now,
and I hope we get the second one too.
Yeah, I mean, you know how cool it would have been.
I don't need them to do this again.
No, I can't do it. But what would you do?
But I'll take a 4K
right?
of a lenticular, cover.
Like it needs to match this, though. It should match this.
Yes.
Have it almost like a companion piece to this thing. And then what you could do is if it matches it perfectly.
You give us a little necklace,
say you wanted to put,
with the orange on it.
Well, you could put the part 2 in the book, and you could have you can kind of create your own part 2 book. So if it have to be matched this, so you can slide it right into that velvet slot in this book, and you can be like, "Oh, this is my Neverending Story 2 set." That's what they got to do.
Yeah,
you can customize
100%.
it. So
I'd be all over it. What about part 3? Would you get part 3?
No. Do you think this was worth the price?
I do. I feel good about the price. I mean,
I would agree.
I don't spend this much on one release usually, and I understand people saying like nothing's worth $200 or no physical media release is worth $200, but this one kind of is. I think the proof is here.
I will, and again, it's hard for me to say because of my situation, like with getting this release. But I will say, as a kid of the '80s, I mean, who didn't want a prop replica of that book, right? And this, just by the cover alone and the out, the way it looks on the outside, this is basically a prop replica of that book. And not only that, you're getting the 4K in there with all these different cuts, and you're getting the documentary. So, when you kind of put that all together, the price kind of, I would say, what was it total? Was it 2?
So mine was $190.
Okay, so it was about $200, but I think it does justify.
But I think it was $200 on Imprint's site. It was a little bit less on Diabolic.
Okay,
actually, it was $180 on Diabolic, but then when shipping, it was $190.
Gus, man, says the sequel needs to come in a plastic replica of Falcor. Well, there's not a lot of super chats in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a little super chat thing. Let me see what I can find for you here, just to keep this thing interesting here. What can I do, Ken?
Do whatever you want, sir.
Do you want to do this?
Well, that often. Bam! That just kicks it up a little bit.
For the people. So let me know in the comments who else bought this set out there right now, and what do you think of this set? Again, in my opinion, it's beautiful. So hats off to Viavision. I understand that this isn't everybody's cup of tea to need this to get this released.
No, that's fun.
As far as the presentation of even this, looks really, really cool. and there was color correction. So, and there is different versions of the movie, which I think is going to be a fun watch because I don't know if I've ever seen the extended version ever. You didn't have the 4K from Germany, right?
No. Like I said, I have not owned this since DVD.
Keith Richards said we were the only two that bought it.
Keith, don't do us like that, Keith. Come on now. Shit.
Oh my
God. Grayson said, what did he say? 200, but it doesn't have 5-6 pins that no one would ever wear a small baby poster in a slipcover.
That is true.
I mean, for real though, like how much are some of those pin sets that Shout Factory does? Like $150?
Yeah. 100%.
For pins and lobby cards, I'll charge 60 extra.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you factor that in.
Well, okay. Actually, that's a good point. Noise. I actually wanted those sets too, but they're pricey. What were those the price point on those Dark Crystal and Labyrinth sets?
They had all different price points. If you just got the basic ones, they were like 80, 90.
What about for that big box?
I know that one of them, I think Labyrinth went up to $300.
What?
And
so
it
that
was
more
like,
than this?
I think you get just the box set for like 80, 90. I think that was the basic one. Then they had steel books, and then they also had like packages with all the extra stuff, the pins, the posters, the stuffed animals and shit. I don't know. There was a bunch of different stuff.
The problem, I did see this slipcover version just like this on Diabolic. I don't know if it's still available or not, but I did see it on there. But it's an interesting thing. Somebody said here is that some people are saying it was worth it. Some people liked it. But then, Joe Reese said, imagine if Imprint got a big horror franchise like Halloween and did something like this, or, but it comes down to what would they do, right? Like this one made sense because it was the book. So then you look into it and you're like, well, what could they do to this extent? But I also don't want this to become the norm either. So as a fun one-off, I'm cool. But if all of a sudden every edition starts coming out with a big set like this, like for $200,
and
that's what makes me a little nervous.
I mean, I justified it because the movie like actually means something to me, and I love it, and I've loved it since I was a kid. So I try to justify it that way. It wasn't just a blind buy. I do a lot of blind buying. I'll pay $50, $60 for a blind buy sometimes, but 200 probably not. So I try to justify it that way as well. I was like, okay, well, this is actually like a movie that I legitimately like love, and it means something to me as like a fan of movies and stuff. Very important parts of my childhood.
Agree. This is definitely one of those movies that was an important part of my childhood as well.
But not everybody's like that. This might be a movie that you've seen one or two times, and you just it's okay. But
100%.
I wouldn't recommend getting it then.
Well, that's the beauty of physical media. Everybody's got different opinions, Ken, and that's what's okay.
But I know the mindset is like, well, why can't my favorite movie get that treatment? I get that. Yeah. I do.
100%. But it has to make sense, right?
There's a lot of shitty movies I don't care about that get the best treatment ever. So I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I think people of the 80s that grew up with this probably hits a soft spot for them because like I said, I'm sure at some point in their life, they're like, oh man, I would love to have that book or a replica of that book to display somewhere. Like some of these people could put this in a shadow box and hang it on your wall and it looked like a cool display prop piece because in reality, before you open this thing looks like it's a legit book.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was getting at. Like if you bought this,
right,
it would probably cost what, $90, $100 just to get the book.
You could hide money in there, Ken. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you can
drugs,
hide shit in there.
Whatever.
Drugs.
Well, I'm sorry. I forgot we're on your channel. I'm sorry.
I knew
can't be doing that.
Justin bought this thing.
But yeah, I mean, you got the poster, you got all the big cards, the 4K itself, 5 discs.
Yeah.
I believe there's quite a few new features in there as well. Also,
the back of it really quick and just tell you what you're getting on this card here. So it says you're getting A4 production of the original 1984 press kit. That's what that is. Replica of the press kit that came out in 1984. A full laminate 27 by 40 folded original poster reprint reprint of the original 8 lobby cards on 11 by 14 cardstock, housed in a glossy display folder, a 3D lenticular hard case housing all 5 discs. Disc 1, original US cut on 4K HD, Dolby Vision. The 94-minute US theatrical cut restored from its original 35mm negative by Imprint Films. You get some commentaries in there. Disc 2 is the German extended cut. Ultra high definition presentation with a 104-minute German extended cut. Disc 3 is the Blu-ray of the original US cut. Disc 4 is the extended German cut on Blu-ray, but you also get Finding Fantasia, adapting the Neverending Story, interview with producer, directed by Lisa Downs, Flight of the Fantasy, inside the scores of Neverending Story, reimagining Neverending Story featurette, the Making Neverending Story featurette, A World of Fantasies featurette, Neverending Story, the music video, and you also get the Life After Neverending Story Blu-ray, which is the 2024 documentary by Lisa Downs. So it's pretty stocked, man, with some
loaded
stuff in here. So, which is very, very cool. And like I said, I think the idea of the press kits and stuff being replicas of the original one that you would have gotten in 84 is pretty cool. It's not like they just made it up. It's actually what you would have gotten in the press kit back in the day, and they present it like that, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. Is there another movie that would get this kind of treatment that you would go all in for? Besides the Lost Boys?
Lost Boys, yes, but again, I have to think about like what would the gimmick be, right? Like the gimmick here was the book. So what would Lost Boys be? Would it be everything housed in a big, huge comic book? I don't know what the gimmick would be for something like this to make sense. With Terminator, like I have up there, I have the Terminator head that came with T2 back in the day on Blu-ray. So like I have the Planet of the Apes bust that came with all the movies back in the day. Like I have bought stuff like this before. But it really had to make sense. Like I actually do kind of miss busts with the movies housed inside. They weren't always housed well. Like sometimes they were like just in like a tray. Like you didn't really get like the actual, like you didn't get something like this on some of these ones. They were just kind of housed in a tray, like that T2 set. But I do kind of miss sometimes companies putting out like the little busts like that have the movies inside. I think that was a cool little, little extra bonus limited set that people love. Like I'm sure that T2 set and that Planet of the Apes set are worth pretty good money now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I don't know. Anything that you can think of offhand? I mean, Flight of the Navigator would be a really cool one, maybe coming like a replica of the ship or something like that.
I mean, to be honest, like I want something really cool for Rocky. I don't know what that would be. It would be a fucking boxing glove, or
you open up the top of the glove, kind of like the popcorn buckets and all the discs.
I don't even know if I necessarily need something like that. I just want like a really cool like box set.
Now, do you not think that it's gotten its fair share of what it like? You don't think that the Steelbook 4Ks is like a great?
I never got the Steelbook.
I never did either. But why?
Because I didn't like them. I didn't like them. I don't know. I should have. I don't know why I didn't. But I just went and got that 4-pack, and then I got the 6-pack recently.
Because they made us working out again.
No, not there.
I thought you just said you got a 6-pack recently.
No.
A lot of crunches at the new job in the office?
No. I don't have an office yet. I'm working on it.
Oh, what? Do they know who you are?
I'm working on it.
Did you tell them who you were?
No.
You didn't step in and say, excuse me, I'm the godfather of physical media. Can I please have an office? They didn't tell them that?
No, I didn't tell them that in the interview. I probably should have. I would have got the job quicker, but...
They're gonna be like, there'll be no filming in this place, pal.
Wouldn't have even had to do a second interview.
I don't want you doing any of those vlogs around here.
Yeah. The unboxings.
You're in your
unboxings. Hold on a second.
And you got like all your stuff. That'd be so killer. You could have a neon mid-level media sign like behind you on the wall that just sits behind your desk, and you could do some filming in there when it's some downtime.
And I could really get some shit done.
Do you have downtime a lot at your work or no?
When I first started, but we've been busy pretty much since June, which I prefer it that way. Makes the days go by quicker.
Yeah, for sure. Ryan's getting crazy. He said he wants a Godfather set with a severed horse head.
Didn't they do one of those back in the day?
I don't know. I feel
like they did. I could have sworn I seen somebody show something like that off once.
What? That is wild.
I swear, I don't know where it was, and it's been a while.
This isn't bad. Rocky set could be in the Rock'em Sock'em robot set. I mean, I would like it in the friggin' in like a fake robot, like that robot he had, like a prop of that thing. That'd be sick. The thing he hates, right? He hates that thing, doesn't he?
Well, he took it out of the new one, the new cut.
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
The director's cut.
Yeah.
Took it out.
But guys, we don't want to make this long. I just wanted to do this. I know Ken wanted to do this. We've been wanting to do it together because I thought we were like the only two that did buy this thing, to be honest with you. So
well, somebody said we were.
It's cool that we were able to get this done as soon as we did. And again, final thoughts, Ken. What are you gonna say about this?
As far as the packaging, I'd give it an A. I would give it an A plus, but my folder was a little dented.
Ooh.
So I'll give it an A.
I do agree that this is probably an A as far as the packaging. I mean, it's just so unique now, but I do understand to a lot of people. It's like, what the hell am I going to do with this big book? I get it because I kind of feel the same way. As it's like it's really big.
Yeah.
But I think from just a collecting standpoint, it's really cool. And somebody asked about like the numbers. Does yours have like a number on yours?
Talking about the number on the spine?
No, somebody said that it was like a limited edition number, like something out of, and I didn't see anything.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. It's not on the actual case itself.
Yeah, no, I don't see nada. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I missed it. You guys have to let us know. It's on the shipping box. What? So I can't get rid of this shipping? Oh yeah, 651 out of 1500. Oh, I guess the shipping box is going in the attic then.
Mine says 34 out of 580.
What? What?
Am I looking at the right one?
I don't know.
That's all
580.
Does yours say it right underneath the barcode?
Yeah.
Mine says 34 of 580.
That must be the dented ones, maybe.
that's the folders with the creases.
Unless, I don't know, is that like what Diabolic got in?
Oh, probably. I bet it is.
580 was for Diabolic.
Well, now this doesn't have Diabolic on it. This is directly from Imprint. Has the Imprint address and everything.
That's weird. Because there were 1,500 made.
You see it at the bottom?
That's weird, dude. Did you get a different set than me? What the hell happened here? That's strange. That is weird. Don't get rid of that box, baby. That's some kind of limited shit right there. 580.
Now, are you going to display this inside the protector?
Yeah. I'll put the protector.
You always put protection on?
Not always, but sometimes I do. It's just case by case.
No, I got like 15 of those, and I put them on just some of my arrows, and I was gonna start putting them on more, but then I didn't.
It's tough when you have a lot of the same one, right? Like sometimes when you get one-offs, it's easy because it's just one-offs. But like all of a sudden now you're like, oh, arrow's tough. Like VSU is easy for me because there's only like 10 made. Where arrow, I mean, you've probably got about 50 of those things already.
Yeah, and they're all different sizes, it feels like. I mean, there's like a standard kind of one, but then they make them a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner sometimes.
Yeah.
Then there's the box sets.
I think that the protectors are cool, but again, it's one of those things like I would never put it on everything. It just wouldn't make sense for me to try to do that. But on specialty things, and I'm glad this has one because again, this is a cool piece, and as we know and see that a lot of this stuff could easily get damaged. Or scruffed really easy. So it's cool that they kind of added that as a nice touch.
Now, do we know if this thing sold out yet? Did it sell out?
I'm not sure. I find it hard to believe that it would have.
Yeah.
1,500 is not that much, but I don't know. Again, it's a high price point. But I'm hoping to kind of come back on a stream and talk a little bit about it once I watch everything. But I can tell you right now, as far as what you're getting with it with the documentary and stuff, like I've already seen that. That's really good. But Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it, Ken, and I'm happy that we
I'm
were able to
happy.
do this, and I'm happy to be able to do some alone time with you, my man. And I'm
It was
glad all is
nice.
well
You know,
with you.
it was actually kind of nice. It was. It was. Yeah,
And
I'm
everybody
excited
who's
to
hanging
dive
out.
into it, and I'll probably review it, but I'm backed up right now because I still got the Keep to watch too. I finally
Curious to
got
see what
that
your
in.
thoughts are on that. It's
Did you watch Congo?
hmm
Did you
Oh,
like Congo?
you were afraid to watch my review, weren't you? You didn't want me to shit on
I
it.
actually didn't see it. I saw where you talked about the Keep, but I don't remember you talking about Congo.
I think Congo looks great. I think the edition's great, but I watched it again and I'm like, I still can't get into it as a movie.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like I hadn't seen it since I was 13, and I didn't think it was that great.
When you watched it now, you're saying?
Yeah, I still liked it. Like I enjoyed it because I
Why
remembered
would they
stuff
jump
when
into the
I was a
lava at
kid.
the end?
I don't know. I remember that too. I remember that specifically. I think I thought that when I was a kid too. I love Ernie Hudson in it though. I think he's the best part of the movie. But yeah, it's not a great movie.
There's parts of it like the gorillas and stuff are so impressive. Like even to this day, when you're looking at like some of the effects, I'm like, wow, they really killed it. But then there's some stuff where the CGI looks like the lava,
Mhm.
like it
Very
looks so
90s.
bad. Yeah, like you could tell it was, but it doesn't. I don't think the 4K does it any justice. It actually makes it to me look kind of worse. But the movie itself looks great. Like I mean, I don't think they could have done a better job with the movie. But
Yeah.
I just think as a film, it's just not as strong as I thought it should have been back in that day.
Yeah, it was a weird like story anyway, just kind of fusing action adventure with sci-fi and kind of like Jurassic Park a little bit, but I don't know.
Tried to take the ball and run with it, but I just think it was, and it was a hype machine. I remember at the time I saw this thing. I saw it the first day in the theaters. You know, sitting there
Yeah.
all excited, thinking I was going to see the next Jurassic Park, phenomenon. And I remember leaving, being like, I'm Amy. I'm good gorilla. That's what I remember.
Amy, pretty.
What did she say? Like the girl ugly or something? So like the girl.
I enjoyed watching it, but I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they
Probably
really
won't
did
watch
think it was
this
going to be
again for a while.
So Ken kind of turned on it a little bit. He kind of turned a little.
But as an addition, like it's a great addition. Like,
yeah, what's that thing on the cover, dude? What is that?
Know. Is that a sperm?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
You got to watch my review. I do a whole thing about that little thing on there.
Talk about the sperm.
I do a whole bit on it.
The spermy.
But why we're here?
I feel like there's a lot of additions with sperm on the cover recently. Wasn't there another one? Wasn't there another big one?
I don't know. Everybody's trying to be
Bride of Chucky, wasn't it? Or Seed of Chucky, I think was.
Wait a minute,
but I feel like there was another one that Vinegar Syndrome did. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Like I have to collect every VSU anyway, so
I'm the same way.
At least they did like a nostalgic movie for my childhood. And not
Rainbow Rap covered his with a black marker.
Did he really?
He colored it in. He didn't want to look at it anymore.
Shit.
Yeah.
So the back looks amazing.
It does, yeah.
But
what's with the front?
Yeah.
What's with the Grandma's Boy slipcover? I don't understand what that is.
When I opened this up, because I hadn't seen that, I was like, "Oh, what is that?"
In my video, I did a side-by-side comparison with Grandma's Boy cover.
You talking about this?
It looks like
Grandma's
Boy.
I think it's nice. I like the back. Again, like I like the back of both of them.
Maybe they did it like Grandma's Boy because in the movie he said like it was a damn gorilla or whatever he said.
Yeah.
What did you think about the news? People are asking about the Elm Street news. It's funny because I did a video last night and I actually talked about that, and then this morning they announced more about it, and I was like, it's kind of a coincidence, but
we already knew about that because they leaked all those images earlier that a collection was coming in September.
We did.
So is this just like further? This is just confirmation. I think that it was on like a website, the pre-order. I think.
Yeah, I think it's just keeping the hype train going. But now I think it's available for pre-order. But the problem is, nobody knows much about it. And I'm actually, I need to see. If it comes out from
Warner Brothers, it's gonna be a Rocky set. It's gonna be inside of a little freaking case inside of a slip box, flimsy slip box. That's what's going to
But
be.
you don't think that they're going to do? That's my concern.
I hope they
right?
do. I hope they're smart enough. I just don't think they will be.
I know. I agree. I wish that they
Or
would
they
like
just
team
don't
with
care, and they know it's Nightmare on Elm Street, and they know people are going to buy it for what are they going to put in there? 7 movies, 8 if they do the remake. But I don't think they'll do the remake. I think they're going to
now, how
license
much
the
would an
remake to
8
Arrow.
set cost from Warner's? Like, I don't have any like big Warner Brothers.
I mean, the
sets.
Rocky set was like 90 when it came out. So if they're going to put 7 movies in that, then that's probably going to be 120, 110, 120.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the good news is Warner Brothers stuff goes on sale pretty quickly. And it'll go down to like $80. You know.
Yeah, I gotta wait and see what this is gonna do here. I would love them to have teamed with like Arrow on the side and like put something nice out. I mean,
That's what I've been holding out for. I was just
For real.
that's like feels like just wishing for a miracle at this point.
but
That's
I
not
mean, I think
realistic, but just something inside me is just like, please just let them handle it. y'all been giving them so much stuff recently.
agree. I
It
mean,
just makes sense.
100%. What the hell? I hope it's snapper cases that you guys lose your mind over. Like, lose my mind in a good or bad way. I don't understand.
We already had the snapper cases. That's still the best box set.
It's 100%.
The snapper cases.
Even the red set's pretty cool, even though it wasn't technically a box set. But have all those red ones with the snappers in the spine was pretty cool, for sure. But guys, I don't want to keep this on. We came and we talked and we unboxed the Neverending Story set. And that's what we're here to do. We'll have to come back and do something else where it's just kind of a bullshit session. It seems like a lot of people want to talk about a lot of stuff over here, buddy.
Yep.
What do you got coming up over on Mid-Level Media? Always got something stirring. Kenny, what do you got?
Well, I got shit. I did a review for Stir of Echoes on 4K today.
Oh, how was that?
It was a good 4K, and they added like 2 brand new special features. They added all the features from the Imprint edition, so it's actually a pretty loaded edition. So it was good.
I only have that on DVD, so it's in my.
If you like the movie, it's a good upgrade. So, but there's also a Blu-ray for $5.99. So it's whatever you want to do.
I mean, I'll probably get that steelbook.
Blu-ray
I guess
looks pretty decent.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. And how about the physical media report? Do you do that?
That's on Monday. I got my Congo review coming up. Also watched this my Creep Second Sight edition, so I'll be reviewing that soon. Everything coming late recently. But
yeah, I definitely.
The Keep. I got a John Wayne Searchers 4K review coming soon. Excited about that.
Guys get everything.
You need to get in some westerns, Gary.
I know. I
some
don't have
rad westerns.
I got Tombstone over here. I got some, but not many.
That was actually an incredible movie.
Oh, I love that movie. But yeah, man. And then if make sure you go sub over to Mid-Level Media, check his stuff out. And then if you can find me at Born to Be Rad, I just did a show last night talking about my 5 favorite or most important horror physical media releases of 2024. And then my top 5 wants for 2025. So you can check that out. And so I think 2024 was a pretty strong year for horror physical media, man. I really think that we got some grails that have been very sought after for a long time. And I'm hoping that 2025 brings us a little bit more of that, because that's what's really exciting me right now.
I think 2024 was one of the better years. I think if you're like a mainstream collector that's only looking for the stuff that's on the Walmart shelves, probably disappointing. But if you're somebody that digs into the boutique stuff, like, it was one of the more impressive years, I think.
Agree. But guys, thank you so much for checking us out. Garrett at Born to Be Rad, Ken over at Mid-Level Media, and like always, stay rad,
stay mid.
Oh, you got it, man. That's what I was waiting